The Autobiography of Malcolm X, as told to Alex Haley. Malcolm X was born as Malcolm Little in Omaha on May 9, 1925. During the 1920s and 1930s, there was an increased tension against colored people that produced varying degrees of misguided social and personal paralysis. Malcolm's mother, however, had a hand in the cultural, social, and intellectual education of all her children. Therefore, Malcolm and his siblings were educated members of the Garvey movement, cognizant of the origins of the African in the Western Hemisphere. This fact provided them with a social strength. His family was together and thriving as a unit in spite of all the problems they had. This was before his father's murder by the Ku Klux Klan, his mother's emotional breakdown, and the scattering of his siblings and himself into an inadequate and inattentive foster care system. Without the support of life with his parents and foster parents, Malcolm dropped out. This dropped out started when Malcolm was a teenager and his life in the streets, hustling, running numbers, stealing, among other felonies. He was not rooted into a healthy diet of education, and Malcolm eventually became incarcerated. While in jail, and with the aid of his siblings, he began studying the tenets of the Nation of Islam. They thought that this movement was the only American-based ideology that had the potential to unify black people and teach self-pride. In time of Malcolm's growth inside the Nation of Islam, the nation reprimanded him and stripped him of all his powers of authority, silenced him, and exiled him. Malcolm X never advocated violence. He was an advocate of cultural and social reconstruction until a balance of equality was set, by any means necessary. Many of the Negro writers and artists who are national figures today revered Malcolm for what they considered his ruthless honesty in a state, the Negro case. From hustling, drug addiction, and armed violence in America's ghettos, Malcolm X turned in a dramatic prison conversion to the fervour of the black Muslims. This autobiography reveals his integrity and the first idealism which led him to reject both liberal hypocrisies and black racialism. Malcolm X gave voice to unheard African Americans, bringing them pride, hope, and fearlessness, and remains an inspirational and controversial figure. Leaving school early, Malcolm X soon became part of Harlem's underworld, and in 1946 he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Paroled in 1952, he became an outspoken defender of Muslim doctrines, and in 1963 he formed the Organization of Afro-American Unity. The book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, is the result of a unique collaboration between Alex Haley and Malcolm X, whose voice and philosophy resonate from every page. Over a period of several years, Malcolm X told Haley his life story in a series of lengthy interviews. Haley wrote down and arranged the material in the first person, and Malcolm X approved and edited every chapter. The Autobiography of Malcolm X stands as the definite statement of a movement and a man whose work was never completed, but whose message is timeless. Thanks for watching.